What is going on, everybody? Good morning. It is a beautiful rainy day, much needed rainy day on the East Coast. And this morning, I want to talk about being unfireable from your job. And what I mean by that is work for yourself. What I mean by unfireable means be good at what you do. If you work for somebody and you want to stay there, continue to stay there. But if you don't want to have to worry about it, if you don't want to have to worry about what's going on in today's environment with all kinds of corporations shutting down, going bankrupt, getting rid of jobs, thousands of jobs are being cut all over this country the last couple of years. You need to become more self-reliant on your cash flow. There are so many businesses that you can start. There are so many ideas. There's so many things to sell. There are so many things to do. A lot of people have a problem, and what it is work ethic. A lot of people are afraid to take that leap. I deliver to these two dudes. They're like 21 years old, real young, and they make a buttload of money. They're selling Pokemon cards, and I am so happy for them. They didn't want to work for somebody. They took initiative. You know what I mean? They took that leap of faith, and they're selling Pokemon cards, and they're making thousands of dollars. They're making great money, and that's awesome. And that's just one little thing, selling Pokemon cards. You can have a service-based business. You can, build things. You can help people with yard work. You can start your own company. We don't have to work for these big corporations and then turn around and bitch and moan that, I don't like my life. We need to become unfireable. You can't fire yourself if you work for yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. And doing so, I wouldn't say tricks your mind, but it trains your mind. It teaches your mind on how to become more self-reliant, how to figure things out. If you go to a job, your boss is going to tell you what to do. You're going to say, okay, and I'm going to do it like that. And some people are wired like that. Some people are wired just to follow orders and listen. I like my job 80% of the time. 20% of the time, it's annoying. And it's not so much my boss tells me what to do. It's just the people I interact with, really rude people on the road, non-driving people I have to deal with because I drive for a living. I'm doing this job, and I work for myself doing other things. And once that picks up enough, I can leave this because I've done this for the last 12 years. I've, drove a truck for the last 12 years. And I enjoy it, I do, but anymore, the people on the road are so stupid. There's no else. I'm not trying to be mean, but they don't pay attention. They're arrogant. They're ignorant, and I'm tired of dealing with that all day. Dealing with the headache of focusing on everybody else, what they're doing, at the same time trying to drive a big truck. It's just not worth the headache for me. But yeah, going back to that, learning to work for yourself. You can look up a million different ways on YouTube and Google on how to become successful and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter what you do. You need to pick something that you are happy with. You need to pick something that you enjoy doing. Wake up and say, hey, this isn't even work to me because I'm enjoying it. Some days you're going to have hard times. Some days you're going to, oh my God, it's frustrating. But at least My biggest thing working for yourself, and when I worked for myself, it was the freedom to make changes. Like when I work for somebody, I have an idea, I have a way to better the system, but it's not taken into account because I'm not a CEO, I'm not a big wig on the corporate ladder. Um, so my opinion, it doesn't matter. So you just shut up and do as you're told. Versus working for yourself, waking up, having an idea, and being able to execute on that idea because you're your own boss. The fact is, most people are lazy and they will pay you to do a certain job. And not everybody's going to be your customer. People are going to say, oh, wow, that's crazy. That's too expensive. Well, that's ridiculous. They're the same people that go to the store and say, oh, my God, that's crazy expensive. When a t-shirt costs $10 and they're freaking out because that's too expensive. Not realizing that t-shirt went back and forth, across the planet 2 to 3 times before it landed in their Walmart. You don't want those people as customers. You want people that value your work, that value what you do. And you need to be there for your work. You need to show your work. You need to show, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is why you need to pick me, because I'm good at it and I enjoy doing it, and I have the customer experience for it. I have the relationship building for it. You don't want to become self-entitled and bloated and think, oh, I'm the best at what I do. Realize that you're good at what you do if you're actually good at it, but don't sit there and lie to people and say, use mine because it's the very best. Use mine because, I put my heart into it. I do everything I can to make it the best, and I'm always evolving, always changing stuff, always trying to figure out the best way to do it, the healthiest way to do it, the safest way to do it. That's my value, is doing it the safest way, with trying to stay as healthy as possible. The things that I do on the side. And like I said, once those become viable enough for me to leave this job, I am. That way I'll have more time with my kids. That way I can, I really am looking into homeschooling. I've been looking into it for a while, and I've been trying to figure out how to homeschool my kids with having a full-time job, getting off at, some days 5 o'clock, some days 8 o'clock. During Christmas time, it's 10:30 at night. But we need to, and everybody can do it. Everybody can have their own business. You can literally sell anything. Like I said, you can sell your services. You can sell products, whatever. And if you're happy at your job, then this video isn't for you. But it's for people that actually want to take that leap of faith. I started a business before, and it lasted 1.5 years. It didn't work out. It is what it is. It sucked, man. But at the same time, it was good because I learned really valuable lessons, especially involving taxes and what you need to do with that, and especially involving the fees and fines and regulations that big government wants you to follow, and all the permits that you need to go into it, and all the licensing and all that stuff. Learn that stuff. If you're serious about starting a business, learn that stuff beforehand as you're getting everything set up. Government will always want its cut of whatever you're doing. I learned that. And if you just want to do stuff on the side and sell it online and not, do it the legal way, then whatever. That's more power to you. I don't care. But there's, like I was getting at, man, there is always a way to make money in this country. People come from nothing and become millionaires overnight, all the time, because they have the mentality of getting stuff done, getting up and working at it, taking that leap of faith. Amazon was started, what was it, in a garage? Apple started it in a shed or whatever. And look at that dude now. Granted, I wouldn't say he's the most righteous person or, a very moral person. However, he has built a very large company by taking that leap of faith. And he is unfireable, is what I was getting at. If you work for yourself, you become unfireable. If I lose my job, don't really care. I like it, but at the same time, the stress from it, it's not really worth it. Dealing with the people, not really worth it. I love meeting people. I love talking to people. I love sharing my knowledge with people. But at the same time, I can't really pick and choose who I meet. So it's, kind of sucks sometimes. I wouldn't stress too much. One thing, when I left my last job, when I prayed about it for a while. When I started a company a couple years ago. So 4 years ago now, 3 years ago. I said, God, I'm afraid to leave my job because it was a nice cushion job and it paid good and I didn't have to worry. But then again, I didn't have any family time. And I kept hearing the words in my head, just go, I got you. Just go, I got you. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I trust you. And my business didn't work out, and I said, oh man, God, I thought you said you had me. I'm not worried. He still has me. I'm not living in a cardboard box. I have more family time. I have more time to do this. I have more time to read my Bible. I have more time to hang out with my kids and do things that I enjoy doing. He has me all right. I asked him for a more simple life. I asked him to get me away from the materialistic world because I saw that lifestyle and I didn't want it. When you hear a guy tell you, just go, I got you, you take that leap of faith. Listen to God when you ask God for something and he tells you a direct answer, listen to it because that's your shot. And if you want to become ungovernable, unfireable, whatever you want to call it, listen to God and he will point you in the path that you want to be in to have a happy life. I hope y'all have a blessed day. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you have an amazing day at work, whatever you're doing today. Be the best you can at it. Do the best you can at it. Have a great work ethic. Starting today, if you don't have already. Use what God has given you to have a healthy and a blessed life. Because we all can. We just need to think positively. We need to manifest positive thoughts. We need to hippy-dippy BS, whatever you want to call it. You need to portray your life that it's going to be a good life, that you're doing good in the world, and you will be happy. If you're not doing what you want to do, then stop what you're doing right now and do it. God will take care of you. You just have to believe that he will. You just have to have faith in yourself, and you have to be willing to put in the work. Have a great day.